What's up guys, this is a very short segment on reading. Why am I even showing you this book? Lack of persistence is one of the major causes of failure. Acquire the money consciousness, which you must possess before you can be sure of accumulating a fortune. What is your money consciousness? The third major cause of failure. Someone once said, if I remember correctly, your imagination is the preview to the future. Did you know there's two forms of imagination? Creative imagination and synthetic imagination. Give your imagination some exercise. 6 ways to turn desires into gold. Desire, the starting point of all achievement, the first step towards riches. Right, so the question today is, how do you implement a book like this? A book that is designed to help you improve your life. What I mean by reading a book and doing a book. Reading a book is when you read it. You take it and you read it. Doing a book is when you take the book, you read the book, and you do what's inside the book in your life. So let me explain to you our 1 week book challenge. And this 1 week book challenge helps you to take a book like this and to implement it into your life and have a result after the week is done. The hard truth is, without implementation, this book is worthless. I've read this book multiple times. As you can see inside, there's study notes and everything on it. You can see the back is off. This book has been used. This book has been implemented in many different aspects in my life, not only in a money aspect but also in relationships and other places. Here's your step-by-step process of how to read a book in a week using our 1 week book challenge. The book, you read the publisher's preface, you read the table of contents, you just read the book. You read the first part of the book where they explain to you what's discussed in the book. You go through this table of contents, and this one here says imagination, the workshop of the mind. And you just go through these things, you go through it, and you kind of trying to pick up on any information that you need to get to your next point. You're just trying to pick up, you're more really scanning more than reading. And then there's the word from the author. You also always want to know what the author has got to say about this book. So you read the word from the author, and then once the word of the author is finished, chapter number 1 is where you stop. So first of all, you do this part, you do that part, then you go through the contents of your book, the contents of the book, and it will give you an understanding of what the book is about, what the message is, how it's going to, how they are intending to help you, and what the message is. Once you've gone through the entire book, the way we've just explained, you scanned through it, you picked up pieces, your whatever jumps out at you is the information that you need right now. That's the information that you capture on the page next to you, so you can start the implementation process. Now sometimes you have to go through it a few times. You know, you've got the whole week, you've got 7 days to get messages from this book that you can implement in your life as you go. So I'm going to open up here, and let's say, what is your QQS rating? Damn, I don't even know what a QQS rating is. One must adopt and follow the QQS formula, which means that quality plus quantity plus proper spirit of cooperation equals perfect salesmanship of service. Remember the QQS formula, but do more. Apply it as a habit. Enough said. But guys, phase 1 of that whole situation is you take the book, you get the messages from the book that you are looking for. You want to improve your game, you want to tighten up your game, You want to make progress, so it's here. It's here. It's input. It's right over here. All you have to do is read the book and then implement the book. Phase 2 is how to implement well. The first thing that you need to do when you implement is you have to realize one thing implemented consistently has a way greater impact than one big thing that's implemented inconsistently. Meaning, if you read 10 pages every single day for 365 days, you're going to read roughly 13 to 15 books and have the input in your mind to use in your life. But when you only read when you feel like it, you are inconsistent. Some days you do, some days you don't. You will have less books than you had when you were consistent. See, success is simple. To implement the book that you read, you need to ask 3 questions. What did I learn? How can I use it to my advantage? How can I leverage it to my advantage? And number 3 is, how am I going to implement it? Step 1. What did I learn? Well, you went through the book, you got your notepad, you write that down. Step 2. How can I use the information? How can I use the messages that I learned? Well, did you write it down? That was step 1, write it down. Step 2 is work out a plan to make it happen in your life. Step 3, how can I implement it? How can I take the data from this book and how can I systematically schedule time in my week to implement, to actually do what this book taught me? The messages that I received from this book is the messages I need to get to my next point. And the way that I'm going to get to my next point is by taking these messages and actually do them from day to day until I get the result. And then the last thing I want to leave with you is to take action. Find the book that you need, read the book that you need, get the messages from the book that you need, implement it and track it, and I promise you, your following week will outdo this week. And if you can outdo yourself every week, you put yourself in a position to win, you put yourself in a position to progress, and you also have the best chance to success. Action cures all.